Hi, welcome to a new video dedicated to the Smart190, which is a 100mm brushless racer quadcopter. It comes in RTF format. It means that you will have to provide your own receiver and your own transmitter in order to fly this quadcopter. Everything is in carbon element, okay? So I already gave in another video the dimension, but to remind you, each arms, okay, are exactly 2 millimeters of thickness, even, okay, 2 millimeters. And as you can see, the system is including one unique arms to both the rear and the front parts. So it's very easy to do the maintenance. You would just need to unscrew, untie these two okay, for example the rear arms, and disconnect the ESC connector. It's pretty easy to change an arms or to change a full rear part or front set. It's pretty easy. One of the main characteristics of this quadcopter, it's welcoming a CC3D board, okay, and some 4-in-1 ESC board. Each ESC is up to supporting 16 ampere, and in burst peak you can climb up to 21. So it's largely enough to be powered for 3S and even for 4S configurations. That's pretty good. So this quadcopter is almost reaching the 250 grams limit with the antenna linear one installed. Without the props, it's close to 255 grams. So if you install a cloverleaf antenna, more lighter, okay, and if you change this LiPo battery, which is a 800 milliamps per hour LiPo battery, a 3S format, okay, I can give you the exact reference. So it's a 850 milliamps per hour LiPo battery, 3S format, rated 25C in discharge rate. It's ending with the GST connector. For 3S and up is not so a good option, but the gauge of the wire seems strong enough to supporting this amount of current. Out of the box you will need to install this red tape to avoid the batteries to slip okay, inside the battery strap, okay, but even with this one I strongly advise maybe to add a small piece of Velcro to definitively lock the system, because it can little bit move, okay, so be aware when you attach the system. Motors are some 18 types, exactly 1806, and announced to turn in 2400 kV, which is pretty fast, okay. On the rear side you will have the 200 milliwatts. Well, we check in a few instants the exact output power of this 5.8 gigahertz 4-band video transmitter. So you have also the raised band, that's pretty good, and you have to know that the first dip switch of the dip system is to select the band, one of the 4 band, and the last 3 is to select one of the 8 frequency corresponding to each band. Another remark, the FPV camera installed front is offered 2 angle position, 2 positive, as you can see. So in any case it's offering a positive angle for either for fly FPV, but if you want, behind this tape initially welcoming the PWM receiver connector, you can find another series of 2 holes to install more with a more higher pitch angle the FPV camera. So if you are flying more aggressively, it's maybe this set will be even better for you. What I observed that there is a little flexibility, okay, in the hand extremity of each arms. So 2 millimeters may be enough, but maybe there is a small possibility to break in a very hard crash if your quadcopter is falling vertically on the extremity of each arch, but I don't think it will happen often. What I really like is the possibility to disconnect and reconnect ESC, okay, so notice that clockwise motors are connected directly, while counterclockwise they reverse the motor connectors, okay, so it's pretty easy to remember. What I also really like it's how easy to access to everything, and for instance to install your receiver. So I strongly advise to install your receiver on the front part. Basically you will need to use a screwdriver with two types of X screws. So you have a larger one, okay, to remove, okay, the front one here, okay, to access to the internal part. So I will do in real time, okay. So these long X screws, okay, you have two other, this in the opponent side, okay, and after, when you will remove it, okay, you have to change the X type and remove these two rear one, okay, I hope you can see, okay, they are smallest, okay, and the other one, and after you just need to unclip the top canopy part to access to the main board for the maintenance. Okay, it's pretty easy. So as you can see now, you just need to raise and you will access to the internal port. So as you can see, I already installed my PPM receiver, which actually Nobby King one. This is the R6816XN. So I connect it in PPM mode. So you have several options to, for example, to connect PPM mode or S-Bus receiver. But out of the box, you have the PWM connector. Okay, so this is the receiver port here. So by default, you have this cable with all the servo plug tape on this one, okay. I will remove this part, I will explain. So in my personal case, I am installing a PPM receiver with a Betaflight. So if you are planning to do such a system, you have to know that since the last version of Betaflight, you have to know that the PPM input is no more in pin 3 of the receiver plug of your CC3D board, okay, is now the pin 8, so the last one completely to the right. So what I did is, we'll show also another simple video, is I disconnect all other from 3 up to 7 the pin to make the system more light, and I disconnect from the pin 3 and I connect it to the pin 8 here, like you can see. So pin 8 is now connected here. So use a small tweezer, okay, to raise the pad to remove the pin 3 and to insert the pin 8 instead. So it's very easy, and now you can see the internal part as well, the video transmitter. So as I said, the first switch are associated to select one of the raised band, one of the 4 bands, sorry. So it's also supporting the raised band, and the last 3 is to select one of the 8 different frequencies. So actually I set my system in Boscam band in the E1 frequency, so it's 5705. Okay, it's up to you, your choice. You can see also the main power distribution board in red, okay, and the mini atom CC3D board, okay. So very classic one where everything is connected, so the receiver port as well as the main port and the flexi port. So if you don't want to use the receiver port to welcome a PPM mode or S-Bus receiver, you can use this one of these 2 ports. You have also in the Smart190 another connector you can use to connect also PPM receiver or S-Bus, but in this case you will have to activate in OpenPilot software, or as I will show in a few instants, I will show some configuration in Betaflight. A lot of connectors are populating the power distribution board, so you can, for example, install some LEDs without problem. You have also some other connector here. So for example, the front camera is installed on this port here, where you have the +5, I guess, and well, probably somewhere a video signal here. and the video in will be in the input of the video transmitter. Another remark, very important, out of the box you have this element installed front, so it's more for decoration, but you have to know that if you have them, you cannot install a Mobius cam, okay, because it will be blocked by the system. So I will try to show how it was. The installation of the Mobius cam isn't possible, so what you can do is to unscrew this one to detach the metallic part with the carbon one, and you will just use this metallic one to completely lock the system. It means that all the upper part will be flat and you will be able to welcome your Mobius cam. This is what I will propose to you. Okay, so I will now close the canopy, top canopy part, remove this carbon element in order to show you how to mount a Mobius cam or run cam HD. Okay, so I will use the same X screwdriver. So they are the same screw that, no, maybe a little bit longer, yes. So don't mix them, and I will keep this one, okay. So, and I will do the same with the other one. So you can save a few grams like this, okay, to be under the 250 grams. It's a nice option. So okay, now I will remove this one and I will insert the small metallic like this, okay, to install front and to do the vertical distance required to lock completely the system. Okay, I will start to reassemble the system. So I will attach first the rear screws, bolt. Okay. Not tight too much. This one too. Really, it's very easy for maintenance, and the quality of the bolt are pretty good. So no problem at all. Very easy. Okay. So now I just need to insert the main screws like this, okay, and I will be able to end the assembling. Okay, so now the system is reassembled, and now I can strap very more easily Mobius cam or run cam HD without problem, and still installing the LiPo behind, so here, so it's great, and wow. It sounds pretty good, and I save a few grams here. Okay, that's all. And I'm sure that installing maybe a 500 3S LiPo and a real cover left antenna, this quad, at least without the Mobius, will be for sure under 250 grams. Okay, so when the reassembling is done, one thing I will measure now is the emitted power. Okay, so I will use my immersion RC power meters. Okay, so I will power it with the USB port, and you have a RP ACME connector in the video transmitter, so I will need an adapter to connect my power meters. Okay, so actually it's in E1, but just to give you an idea of the emitted power, probably close to 200 milliwatts. So I will confirm that measurement. Okay, so seems to be connected. Yes, it's tight, and now I will power everything. So the JST connector in front. So as you can see, you have something like 100 milliwatts emitted. And well, what is very annoying with this machine, after a few instants of inactivity, you have the buzzer activated. It was configured in OpenPilot to disable this buzzer as soon as the YA command or rudder was applied to your flying controlling board. Okay, here is the result of the assembling of the Smart190. So I install, instead of the linear antenna, more cloverleaf antenna, it's using the RP-ECMA connector, and well, as I show in my measurement, the maximum VTX output is limited to 100 milliwatts, whatever the frequency band I checked in band A, E, and so on. The maximum was 100 milliwatts, and the lower I have observed was close to 60 milliwatts. I can give you the total weight of this machine with the props installed, so like you can already guess, it's something like 265 grams, so close to the 250 grams limit for the US market. I'm pretty sure that you can save some weight by installing a smaller antenna. And if you want to see to see the size comparison of this model, here is the new version 180, so 180 millimeters size, but well, it's very comparable in size, and in terms of weight, very similar too. I will start the review as soon as possible for this one, but I prefer to start with this one. Now you can see with the by removing these two lateral parts, it's possible to install a Mobius cam, but be aware with the you should probably install the LiPo a little bit more in the background to not block the FPV lens with your Mobius cam or something like this. A RunCam HD also can be installed, so I will be able to perform some video HD recording while flying in FPV. That's great. Okay, here is another test to perform on the Smart190. This is the FPV quality and angle of vision, as well the measure of the latency. So I will power up the quadcopter. Be sure to have an antenna connected. Okay, by default I install in the E1 frequency, so the image is really clear. Okay, the angle of vision is pretty good. Well, the light sensitivity, as you can see, between our very strong light outside and the internal is the average. Okay, not amazing one. The latency, I hope you can see, is pretty good. Okay, and as I said before, after a few seconds of inactivity you have this very annoying buzzer emitting beep. Okay, so when you have no activity, it's good if you lost your quadcopter, but not fantastic when you are tuning your parameter. So basically the angle of vision is something like to 120 degree field of view. The latency is pretty good. It is under 0.1 millisecond in my point of view too, so very ideal to fly FPV. Not a very strong video transmitter, something limited to 100 milliwatts, but it's already very good to fly within a 200 meters range. In a proximity flight it would be okay.